watching the News Hour Agenda. I'm Padmaja Joshi. And today we begin with a story which we have constantly been tracking here on the News Hour. Because it's a story not just about politics or what has happened in West Bengal after the assembly election results. It's a story which concerns the life, limb, safety and dignity of human beings, of people who say that they are being targeted, hounded, hunted down only for their political affiliation. We're talking about the post-poll violence case that was being heard by the Calcutta High Court. In fact, it was hearing a plea by the state government to give it more time before having an NHRC probe. The state's argument was that it wasn't allowed to present its side. Action is being taken, and a lot of the complaints being made before the court are political in nature. But today the Calcutta High Court refused to stay its order on a probe by the NHRC into incidents of these post-poll violence because the court said that it doesn't see any merit in the argument being made by the state government, and now a 7-member committee has been formed that will not just report on what actually happened, but will also visit the affected areas and the victims before that. But what's most interesting is not just the order of the court, but also the observations that were made by it in the course of the hearing. In essence, the court questioned the state's role in what is being alleged as a large-scale perpetration of violence against political adversaries and a subsequent cover-up of that with the help of the state machinery. In the course of the hearing, the court made the following observations, saying that the order was passed after the state failed to inspire confidence of the court. The NHRC had to be involved because of allegations that the police was not taking action, and even expressed surprise. The court even expressed surprise that while the National Human Rights Commission had received over 500 complaints, the State Commission claimed to have received none. This, according to the Calcutta High Court, reeked of lethargy on part of the state. Following this, of course, the inevitable politics has started. The BJP, several of whose workers were in fact at the receiving end of this violence, has said what the court has done only goes to show that the state was complicit in the violence that happened after the 2nd of May, and that it's also proof that violence, even sexual violence, is being used as a weapon.
What is for me not surprising is Mamata Banerjee's silence, or for that matter her stance. I have always said that Mamata Banerjee has used murder and rape as political weapons. But what is surprising is the designed and deafening silence of those so-called liberal champions of human rights and women's rights. Murder and rape can be gimmicks for Mamata Banerjee, but they are the gruesome reality of the Trinamool rule in the state of West Bengal.
हाई कोर्ट ने सर्टिफाइड कर दिया है जो रिकॉल का जो पीआईएल फाइल किया गया था स्टेट गवर्नमेंट।
हाई कोर्ट का जो ऑर्डर या जजमेंट निकला है वो राज्य सरकार देखेंगे, और अगर कोई इस बारे में पदक्षेप लेना है राज्य सरकार लेंगे।
But like I said right in the beginning, this cannot be limited to a political fight alone. That can wait. The point is that right now there are people, citizens of our country, who are saying that we are being targeted only because of our political affiliation. And who do we turn to if the very state that is expected to dispense justice is going to either turn against us or turn a deaf ear? I want you to start by listening to the brother of Avijit Sarkar, who was killed, allegedly murdered, within hours of the assembly election results. It is at his instance, it is on his plea that the original case rests.
We are reporting from Maniktala area here in Kolkata with Mr. Sarkar, whose brother was brutally killed on 2nd May. These are the remnants of the house. The car has been completely smashed by the Trinamool Congress workers, is what he says.
सामने पार्टी ऑफिस है मेरा भाई का, बीजेपी का, और वो एनजीओ ऑफिस जो रास्ते से कुत्ता वगैरह वो उठा के लेके यहाँ पे रखता था, उसको सेवा करता था। तो करीबन 1:30 बजे यहाँ पे बॉम्बिंग चालू हो गई। तब हम नारकेलडांगा थाना डीसी लाल बाजार को लगातार फ़ोन कर रहे हैं कि बम्बिंग हो रहा है, आइए आइए। एक बम का पिक्चर वीडियो है सबका। पुलिस वाला आया नहीं। बहुत देर बाद एक पुलिस आया, पुलिस के सामने ही बम, फिर वही बम उठा के, जो फटा नहीं वही बम उठा के मार रहा है। उसका वीडियो है।
कौन थे ये लोग, कौन थे?
टीएमसी के लोग। उसका प्रूफ है। वो अपना ग्रीन आबिर लगा के, ममता का टी शर्ट पहन के, ये जो है, जो टीएमसी कार्यकर्ता ने किया है, इसका वीडियो भी है। देखिए, वो प्रमाण देके गया है कि हाँ हम इतना बड़ा आदमी है कि हम कुछ कर सकते हैं। देखिए, लगा के भी गया कि वही लोग कर रहा है।
फिर
हम लोग के पार्टी ऑफिस के अंदर घुस गया। फिर वो लोग यहाँ आया, यहाँ मारा, बम मारा, हम लोग को मारा, पूरा पार्टी ऑफिस तहस नहस कर दिया। मार के फिर हम घर के तरफ भागे। फिर ये लोग घर के तरफ गया। फिर वहाँ पे जाके सीसीटीवी का जितना तार है उसको पूरा खोल के उसके गले में लगा के मार डाला, पीट पीट के, और रास्ते से पत्थर उठा के उसके सर पे सर उर पूरा फोड़ दिया।
तो तब तक पुलिस आया था कि पुलिस तब भी नहीं था प्रेजेंट आपके घर के सामने?
नहीं, पुलिस यहाँ पे खड़ा था 2 ठो, और कोई पुलिस वाला आया नहीं था।
और जब ये हत्या हुआ, ये क्या रास्ते के ऊपर हुआ था?
हाँ, रास्ते के ऊपर हुआ, तो गली के भीतर।
So there we heard the account of Mr. Sarkar narrating what had happened on 2nd May here. Of course, the remnants are speaking for itself. Party offices, his workshop been completely vandalized. And most importantly, he says that there was complete inaction on part of the state administration here. Despite calling up the police repeatedly, there was no action taken. And now his only hope is that there will be some justice delivered from...
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
So the question now is there finally going to be justice for these victims of political violence, and is this an indictment of the state's inaction as is being alleged? Joining us now on the debate, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, advocate Priyanka Tibrewal, Siddhartha Das, political analyst. And first question is to Bishwajit Deb, spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress and a senior advocate himself. Mr. Deb, I want to start by asking you, quoting to you what the court has said today in the order. I'm sure you've heard it repeated to you many times today. The way the state is proceeding in the matter, which required immediate action, did not inspire confidence. For a court to say that, isn't that a direct indictment of the state's functioning?
I don't agree with you. You see, what had happened, there were some sporadic incidents, no doubt about it. Prior to 5th of May 2021, before Mamata Banerjee was sworn in as the Chief Minister of West Bengal, during that particular phase, the Election Commission of India was in charge of the law and order situation in Bengal. And Mamata Banerjee had nothing to do with the law and order situation. So the entire law and order situation was controlled by the Election Commission of India. So whatever happened was during the time when the Election Commission was in charge of the entire law and order situation of the state. Now thereafter, when Mamata Banerjee was sworn in as the Chief Minister, the government took all necessary steps to curb the violence and to see that there is no further violence in any manner whatsoever. And things were settled. But you see what has happened actually, it is BJP who had created an atmosphere of violence prior to the elections. It is BJP's state president who repeatedly kept on saying that we will kill.
Mr. Deb, I will stop you there for a second. I will stop you there for a second for two clarifications. No, just a second. Because I think we need to put the factual position out there. My first question to you is, all of these arguments were made by the state government before the Calcutta High Court, but they have not inspired confidence. These self-same arguments were made before the Calcutta High Court, but the court said it doesn't inspire confidence.
We have full faith and trust and respect for the judiciary. And whatever order has been passed today by the High Court, we will cooperate. The state will cooperate. Although there is an option for us to go for an appeal before the Honorable Supreme Court, but we will cooperate. So long we expect that the NHRC would work within the parameters of the Indian Constitution and would play a neutral role while inquiring into the entire matter. The entire issue has been politicized by BJP with fake complaints, with false and frivolous allegations. And as such, the entire state is under a situation where an atmosphere has been created, a false atmosphere has been created by politicizing the entire issue. You see, prior to the elections, what happened?
Sir, you are saying it's politicized by the BJP. I'll get the BJP to respond to that. Again, reminding you and our viewers that the observations made today are not by the BJP, but by the court, where it says that the state refuses to inspire confidence and its lack of action smacks of lethargy. Sir, you started with making multiple allegations, so let's take it one by one. No, Mr. Dev, this has to be a two-way street. Let's take this one by one. First, you start by saying that numerous and frivolous complaints are made by the BJP. Sanju Verma, respond to that. It has to be made, Mr. Dev, the points have to be made one by one. It cannot go on uninterrupted. If you have started by making point about frivolous and multiple complaints, let Sanju Verma respond to that first. Sanju Verma. Frivolous multiple complaints.
Padmaja, the fact of the matter is that today a 5-judge bench led by senior judges like Rajesh Bindal, Harish Tandon and IP Mukherjee amongst others not only dismissed Mamata Banerjee, aka the state of West Bengal's petition that the committee that is to be formed to probe into the post-poll violence be dismissed. But look at the scathing observations by the Calcutta High Court. I want to draw the attention of your audience to a couple of these observations. The Calcutta High Court says that there has been no specific response to the allegations made by the petitioners about the high-handedness of the police. There has only been a general response from the Mamata Banerjee government that the petitioners are politically motivated. Point number one. Point number two, the Calcutta High Court said that not enough confidence building measures have been undertaken. Point number three, apparently no concrete measures have been undertaken to restore normalcy in affected areas. Point number four, it pointedly told Mamata Banerjee and her dispensation, if there are attempts at obstruction, this court, as in the Calcutta High Court, will take very serious note of the obstruction that the West Bengal government is alleged to be doing in cases like these, where the police refuses to file FIR, and if FIRs are filed, then after 24 hours, the people concerned are told FIR वापस लो, नहीं तो अगले 24 घंटे में देखो हम तुम्हारा क्या हाल करते हैं. So the scathing observations by the Calcutta High Court clearly expose the chicanery of the Mamata Banerjee dispensation. And I want to just ask one question. The probe will be handled by members from the National Human Rights Commission, the West Bengal State Human Rights Commission, and the West Bengal State Legal Services Authority. Now tell me, Padmaja, National Human Rights Commission is largely an autonomous body. It is not a handmaiden of the BJP. So why is Mamata Banerjee rattled? State Human Services Commission of Calcutta is not a handmaiden of the BJP. West Bengal State Legal Services Authority is not a handmaiden of the BJP. So why exactly is Mamata Banerjee rattled? That is the limited point. And let me remind the Trinamool Congress panelists, more than 80,000
BJP's allegation is that the state police did not act. Now the Calcutta High Court is constrained to ask for an NHRC probe, and it has you rattled because there was a cover-up underway. Mr. Dev.
No question of being rattled. They are unnecessarily politicizing the entire issue, and they are trying to get political benefit out of it. They should understand that just 1.5 months ago, the people of Bengal have totally discarded them. And they have been thrown away by the people of West Bengal. And now they have come up with all frivolous and false allegations.
But Mr. Dev, with due respect, these are observations of the court. Why are you sidestepping observations of the court? Why are you bragging? why are you only addressing the BJP? Why aren't you addressing the observations of the court, Mr. Deb? Let me read out to you again what the court today has said, and I'm quoting verbatim. There were allegations that police not taking action. That's why we had to involve the NHRC. You haven't put on record a single complaint received by you. Such a serious case and you failed to take instructions. We cannot allow this. The NHRC received over 500 complaints. How did the State Commission receive none? How is this possible? This is lethargy on part of the state. You are trying to make it into a TMC versus BJP, but I'm asking you to respond to observations of the court, Mr. Deb.
Even the High Court's order is being...
Are you saying the Calcutta High Court is political?
Not at all.
Are you saying the Calcutta High Court is political?
You are encashing it.
Then why aren't you addressing the observations of the Calcutta High Court?
You are encashing it. You are encashing it.
Who is encashing it? The Calcutta High Court says we are constrained to get the NHRC in because the state remained redolent. It's the Calcutta High Court, Mr. Deb. Why are you attacking everyone but the Calcutta High Court?
I am not attacking Calcutta High Court. Don't misinterpret. Don't try to misinterpret. This is the nature and character of BJP.
No, I'm saying you are addressing everyone but the Calcutta High Court. The observations are by the Calcutta High Court, not the BJP, not by me.
Not at all. You are unnecessarily, you are making false allegations. Even now you are making false allegations.
Mr. Bishwajit Deb, Mr. Deb, I am asking you a simple question. I am asking you a simple question. Has the Calcutta High Court today said, there were allegations that police not taking action, that's why we had to involve the NHRC. Has the Calcutta High Court said this or not?
Welcome, and we are going to cooperate. The state government is going to cooperate.
Can I please
with
come in?
NHRC.
You've given enough time to this man.
You have also taken enough time. You have also taken enough time.
Okay, you are saying now that you will cooperate. Just a second, Sanju Verma, before you come back in, I want to put out a little data before our viewers. And this is all, by the way, taken from the subsequent orders of the Calcutta High Court, which is hearing a slew of these petitions. And I am not misleading, sir. I am saying on record that all of this can be traced back to 2 orders of the Calcutta High Court passed in the last 4 days. I am purely quoting from the order what the order has said. Now as far as your argument that these are stray incidents which are political in nature, sir, I am requesting you to give me silence. That way you will be able to hear, as will the viewers. The court order of 18 June's records, and I quote, West Bengal State Legal Services Authority, along with the communications dated June 10, 2021, in which various complaints received by West Bengal State Legal Services Authority have been tabulated in 6 different categories, reported suffering in 3,243 with reference to complaints received till 12 noon on June 10, 2021. He further mentioned that in number of cases, the complaints were referred to the concerned superintendent of police or the police stations, but no response has been received. Siddhabrata Das, what you are calling stray incidents of violence, is actually, according to the West Bengal State Legal Services Authority, 3,243 complaints received till 12 noon on the 10th of June. 3,243. Is this, according to you, stray incidents of violence? Siddhabrata Das.
First of all, it's good that National Human Rights Commission is back in the news, because for the last 7 years, we thought that there is no Human Rights Commission in India. Because when firing happened in Shitalkuchi, when people said that why 4 died, why not 8? When there is post-poll violence in Uttar Pradesh Panchayat elections after, where 6 people died, we haven't heard about the National Human Rights Commission. When innumerable rape cases have happened across India,
Sir,
we never heard about Human Rights Commission.
Can you please address the point?
Hear about Human Rights Commission.
3,243 cases in a span of 38 days. According to
Yes.
that, sir, since the election results in West Bengal,
The question
there have
is
been
not about
approximately
whether Mamata
80
Banerjee is
cases of
rattled.
violence
The
every
question is
single
why?
day.
Why?
Every single day,
The question is
80
why
cases
the
of violence.
Darbar is
And this
rattled.
is according to
Since
court
2nd
records,
May,
Mr. Das.
They are not having a single. They are not having a single peaceful night. Every single day, they are rattled by the results of 2nd May. The 2nd May results has rattled the Delhi Darbar, and every day they are coming with something.
Sir, why aren't you
to
addressing
harass
the
this
issue?
government. Every
Let the
single day
BJP
they
be
have something to
rattled.
harass
You are
this
happy with
government.
BJP
I
being
have one
rattled?
single
Let them be
question.
rattled.
Why
But
do
people
not-
don't
why
deserve to
don't
die.
you gracefully
People don't
accept
deserve to be
the
raped.
mandate of the people?
Why are you making
Why
this into a
can't you
BJP
accept
is
the
rattled or
mandate
so
of
and so is
the people given on
rattled?
2nd
You
May?
rattle them
Why
politically,
every
but
single
violence
day?
cannot be a
Why
weapon.
every single day?
Violence
Every
cannot be a
single
weapon,
day you
sir.
have to do
3,243 cases
Why
of
are you
violence
paranoid?
reported in a span
Why
of
are you so-
38
why are you
days.
so restless, rattled with the results of 2nd May?
I am
Gracefully accept your
paranoid
defeat.
because if 3,243 people are endangered, as a country we should be paranoid.
Loudest voice. The people of West Bengal have spoken in the loudest voice. There is no other voice louder than that.
Mr. Siddhartha Das,
Please
if you are
accept
taking
the defeat.
an
Every
election
single day you are coming
victory
with
as a
something.
free pass
Every single
for
day you have
murder,
something to
then there
say.
can be nothing
Every
more
single day you are
unfortunate.
saying something horrible
Priyanka
in West
Tibrewal,
Bengal.
I am just putting data in front of you, sir. I am just putting data and quoting the Calcutta High Court. This is not even about the BJP or the TMC. This is about human lives. Priyanka Tibrewal. Priyanka Tibrewal, I don't want this to be a tutu meme. So let me ask you a more factual question. Where you had the AG arguing for the state of Bengal, saying in court today that the definition of post-poll violence has to be confined. And quote unquote, every other incident cannot be branded as post-poll. So the allegation here or the argument by the state of West Bengal is you cannot just bunch together every single case of violence and brand it as post-poll. Priyanka Tibrewal.
Yes, he said that when I made a submission that while we were doing that hearing, so there was this woman, Rakhi Roy from Khanda Ghosh Bardhaman, who was reinstated in her house as per the order of the High Court 2 days back. And the police reinstated her back in her house. And the time when I was sitting and doing the hearing, she was being stripped on the roads by TMC goons, beating her mercilessly. And she was calling on my other number and sending me the pictures and videos. So that was the incident which I was mentioning, where the Advocate General said that everything cannot be a post-poll violence. So I explained it before the court that was continuance of violence. That was the same lady who was reinstated. But apart from that, I was just hearing Mr. Vishwajit Dev say that who will decide the parameters of the Constitution. Now I question him that who will decide the parameters of the Constitution, because TMC doesn't follow the Constitution. They only proceed with the Constitution as per their convenience. So now they are making this narrative, they are forming this narrative that when the NHRC comes here, they are also political, so whatever they will do will be political. Because I heard him saying in the evening, he was questioning the conduct of the chairman of NHRC. Now look at this. Now before he challenges or questions the conduct of the NHRC, I want to remind him that the report which was filed by the West Bengal State Legal Service Authorities. And on their report, based on their report, the NHRC stepped into West Bengal. So if everyone is following the center, if everyone is BJP, then what did the West Bengal State Legal Service Authority say? They said that the police...
Answer this, Mr. Dev.
And ultimately it will be proved. Ultimately it will be
Vishwajit Dev.
Yes, ultimately it will be proved. Let NHRC inquire into the matter, and ultimately it will be proved that 90% of the allegations are false and baseless and frivolous. It will be proved that 90% of the allegations are false, frivolous and baseless. It will be proved before this court.
Sir, how can you prejudge what an NHRC investigation is going to find?
Because
we will have to wait for the NHRC to come out with its findings. The point right now is that the state, which is supposed to be the dispenser of justice, Mr. Dev, has been today called as an obstructor of justice. As an obstructor of justice.
Most of the allegations are false. We are very much aware about that. You are very much aware. Who has created?
When anything is happening anywhere in the world, whether it is India, whether it is Uttar Pradesh or any other state for that matter, which is done by the BJP. But they will not speak here. From the very beginning, they were saying, I have a question. From the very beginning, they were saying that there is no violence.
You are already convinced. I just want to bring in Sanju Verma at this point, because Mr. Deb, let me point out that while the investigation is underway, you of the Trinamool Congress, which is in government, has already said 90% of the allegations are false. You have already passed judgment on cases which are still being heard. And yet you say you are giving an impartial hearing and investigation to all of these cases, while already branding 90% of them false. Sanju Verma, 90% of them are false, says Mr. Deb.
Padmaja, I'm just reading out ad verbatim from the High Court judgment. And this is one of the most scathing paragraphs, where the Calcutta High Court said, in a case like where the allegation is that life, property of the residents of West Bengal is in danger on account of alleged forceful violence, the state cannot be allowed to proceed in the manner that it likes. The complaints required immediate attention and action. It is the duty of the state to maintain law and order in the state and inspire confidence in the residents of the state. And the state has failed to do so. The Calcutta High Court has clearly said, Mamata Banerjee, who controls the Home Affairs Ministry also, despite not just being the Chief Minister but controlling Home Affairs Ministry, has clearly failed, both as the Chief Minister and as the Home Minister of West Bengal. She has been obstructing justice. She has failed to inspire confidence. She has failed to protect the life and property of citizens who voted against her.
Siddhabrata
Clearly,
Das.
political vendetta by Mamata Banerjee is something that the court has taken note of. It is not vendetta by BJP.
And it militates
It is
against
Mamata
the very
Banerjee
slogan
who
of Ma Mati Manush. Now, I want to address with examples the other argument that is given, and which in fact was just given by Mr. Deb a while ago. Mr. Deb, you said that till the time that the governor was in control, some sporadic incidents may have happened. 3,243 sporadic incidents may have happened.
Not Governor, Election Commission of India.
Election Commission of India. When did the Election Commission of India cease to be in control, and when did the state government get in control of law and order, Mr. Deb, according to you?
Of course, after 5th, when the Honorable Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee was sworn
After
in.
5th.
And thereafter.
I'm very glad. So you've committed to a date. The 5th of May, you say, after the 5th of May, the law and order machinery was in the hands of the Chief Minister / Home Minister of West Bengal, which is Miss Banerjee. Now let me quote to you two of the affidavits that have also been filed in the High Court. One is by a 17-year-old minor who survived rape in Murshidabad. She says that on the 9th of May, Mr. Deb, when Miss Banerjee was the Home Minister and Chief Minister of West Bengal, on the 9th of May she was returning from her grandmother's house and she was waylaid and gang raped by 4 men of the Trinamool Congress. She said this on record. Then, on the 14th of May, another lady, Purnima Mandal, who is a widow of a BJP worker in Nadia, has said on the 14th of May, when the West Bengal Chief Minister was already in power, Mr. Deb, her husband was assaulted with axes and she was disrobed. And finally, Mr. Deb, I want you to listen to Purnima Mandal herself, who describes what happened on the 14th of May when the law and order was in Miss Banerjee's hand. Listen to Purnima Mandal.
আমি নাদাই চল থেকে গেলাম দেখছি দেওয়ার পর ওরা হামলা দিল ওই লালটু প্রথম হামলা দিল লালটু দেওয়ার পর উজ্জ্বল আসলো গণেশ আসলো কালু শেখ আসলো আসার পর লালটু রড দিয়ে একটা বাড়ি মারে ঘাড়ে দিয়ে লোঠায় পড়ে যায় আমার সামনে লোঠায় পড়ে যায় আবার লালটু মেরো না লালটু মেরো না ও মরে গেছে দিয়ে আমি পা চেপে ধরলাম আমাকে চিৎ করে লাঠি মেরে ফেলে দিল দিয়ে আমার বুকের ওপর লোঠায় পড়লো লোটিয়ে পড়ে অস্তা নস্তা করলো আমার কাপড় চোপড় সব কিছু ছিঁড়ে দিল দেওয়ার পর লালটু আর আবার আমার স্বামীকে মরিসনি এখনো ফের আবার বাড়ি মারলো লাঠি দিয়ে।
Mr. Deb, what would you like to say to Purnima Mandal, who on the 14th of May saw her husband chopped to death, had men she says were TMC workers disrobe her and stand on her chest?
Trinamool Congress does not support any violence whatsoever. We condemn such type of violence, and we categorically would like to mention that such type of elements, if the allegations are true, such type of elements do not belong to the All India Trinamool Congress.
But your
They are
entire
not
Trinamool
part and
party
parcel of
is a
Trinamool
certified
Congress.
party of
We
goons and
condemn
vandals.
such violence,
Entire
and we
Trinamool Congress
we
is a
do not
certified party
we do
of
not
goons
believe
and
in
vandals.
violence. We
A
are
60-year-old woman was raped in front
we
of a
do not
6-year-old
believe in violence.
grandson.
This has
She
not been
filed a
done.
petition in the Supreme Court
They
and
are
has
not.
asked for a
They
SIT
are not
probe.
Trinamool workers. They
What
cannot
about
be
the
Trinamool
60-year-old
workers.
woman who was
We will-
raped in front of a grandson?
These people,
Mamata
this type of
Banerjee is
allegation
using
will be
rape as a
severely,
tool
will
to
be severely
intimidate
taken to
BJP
task.
workers in Bengal.
Will be
Sir,
taken
that's
to
the hot
task.
truth.
Sir, I'm very glad. I think the facts are out here in front of people. And since you have in the end said that you roundly condemn what happened and Purnima Mandal deserves justice and the justice will be allowed to prevail, let me also quote to you now what she has said on record before the court. As the applicant was devastated after the incident, it was only after the cremation of her husband that she went to the police station to make a detailed complaint, but the police officer not only refused to record her statement despite her being an eyewitness and a victim, but also after abusing and threatened her, forced the applicant out of the police station. So sir, when you say that justice will be done, clearly Purnima Mandal did not agree with you, which is why she was forced in desperation to knock at the doors of the court. And that's why, as we keep saying here on the News Hour agenda, don't let this BJP versus TMC fight obfuscate the real issue. It's about human lives and dignity, and that must not be allowed to be covered up. In hope that an impartial investigation will reveal the truth, thank you very much, both gentlemen, Sanju Verma, Priyanka Tibrewal, for joining me on debate.